Excellent.
The honourable member for Leeds, Grenville, Thousand Islands, Rideau Lakes.
Yesterday, the Globe and Mail revealed that the Liberals are claiming millions in payments to vendors for their ArriveCan boondoggle that never actually happened. A $54 million app with millions unaccounted for. Canadians are left wondering if there are more fake ArriveCan payments listed. First, it was Think On Inc. Then later in the day, Ernst & Young came forward to say this government is claiming false billing. So, does the minister, do these Liberals want to revise the figures that they signed off on?
Hear, hear. The honourable leader of the government in the House.
Madam Speaker, I answered this earlier. I'm happy to again. The CBSA is taking a look at the contract. They're aware that there are questions. The Government of Canada and this government in all contracts conducts itself to the highest standard and demands the highest standards in every contract that it enters into. But with respect to the ArriveCan app, I would point out that the members opposite wanted to close the border, didn't support the app, and frankly were not helpful during that period of time and constantly changing their positions. We ensured that people were able to enter the country and that goods and services were able to flow in a time of crisis. Madam Speaker, will continue to be there for Canadians.
The honourable member for Leeds, Grenville, Thousand Islands, Rideau Lakes.
What Canadians don't find helpful is that these Liberals have no intention of telling the truth. So here are some facts for them. They said the app would cost $80,000. It ended up costing $54 million. Then CBSA and these Liberals, these ministers, signed off on payments, saying that companies like Think On and companies like Ernst & Young receive payments from the government. These companies never received a dime. So money is missing. We have two questions for these Liberals. Who's lying and who got rich?
The honourable leader of the government in the House.
Madam Speaker, here are the facts. During an unprecedented time when the country was being rocked by COVID, and we needed to be able to make sure that people, and they're saying it doesn't matter, it absolutely does matter, that people were able to cross the border, that we were able on an urgent basis to create a system that kept them safe and ensured that they were able to continue to have mobility. In every step of the pandemic, whether or not it's in supports or whether or not it's in mobility, we were there for Canadians. As crises occur, our government will respond and will always do so to the highest standard.
L'honorable député de Portneuf-Jacques-Cartier.
Madame la Présidente, agir urgemment.
Madam Speaker, acting urgently doesn't mean recklessly spending taxpayers' money. This government has gotten us used to doubting its integrity. After the ventilators of a former Liberal MP and the land at Roxham Road, it's the ArriveCan app which cost $54 million. Experts say they could have done it for $250,000. We're being laughed at. Even worse, the government gave $1.2 million to a business which says it did not receive any money. A simple question. Who did this government give the $1.2 million to? The Honourable Leader of the Government in the House. As I've already explained, the agency responsible for the contract understands full well that there are questions. In every situation, we will make sure that the government acts responsibly. We will answer questions and offer the oversight our system requires.
Honorable député de Lévis.
The Honourable Member for Lévis-Lobinière. Madam Speaker, ArriveCan cost a fortune to Canadians, and it certainly does not work on the level of a $50 million that it cost. A good programmer could easily have done it for less than $250,000. Liberal competence cost $50 million again. Why is this Liberal government accumulating scandal after scandal? The Honourable Leader of the Government in the House.
Madame la Présidente, le député dans l'autre côté.
Madam Speaker, the member on the other side asked a question in an interesting way, and I will answer directly. That this situation was extremely difficult for a country. And it's not just a matter of the cost of the software. It was a matter of building an application around the software, which was very important. It was essential at that time for the government to act quickly and effectively. And that's what we